So mga kabanat, ipakita ko sa inyo itong video na naman na pagtatanong ni Senador Drilon kay Miss Mago. Kung saan mga kabanat itong si Miss Mago tila nahahawaan na ni Lincoln Ong. At hindi nagsasabi, lagi yung sinasabi na hindi niya daw masasabi dahil sa kanyang privacy. Kasi tinatanong siya ni Senador Gordon yung TIN number niya. So, pero bistado siya na Senador Gordon, nasabi ni Senador Gordon yung TIN number na ibinigay niya ay PEKE. Ayon mismo daw sa BIR. So, bistado sila na ang hinahabol kasi ni Senador Gordon, at least papaano mga kabanat, ay mahabol sila sa tax. Mahabol sila kung nagbabayad ba sila ng tamang buwis. Hindi. Kasi yung gobyerno loging-logi na eh. Alam naman natin kung idadaanin talaga yan sa kasuhan ay aabotin ng siyam-siyam yan mga kabanat. Pero pag habulin mo yan sa tax, at least papaano madadalman o kumbaga madagdag kaso sa kanila at maaring habulin mismo sila ng BIR at obligado silang magbayad sa kanilang tax. So maganda rin ang ginagawa kasi minsan alam naman natin ang bansa ngayon ay nangangailangan ng malaking pondo. Sabi nga ni Presidente Duterte ay halos wala ng pera yung bansa. Problema nga daw siya sa darating na 2022 election, 2022 sa sunod na 2022 tila yung bansa ay defeated na daw. Ibig sabihin wala na talagang kapira-pira. Lubog na sa utang ang bansa. Mag-aabot na tayo ng 12 trillion yung utang natin mga kabanat. So ganito pa nangyayari, yung mga mayayaman ay hindi nagbabayad ng tamang buwis. Siguro hindi lang sa Parmali at sana lahat ng mga kumpanya ng malalaking mayayaman ng kumpanya dapat imbestigahan din yan ng BIR. Baka mamaya hindi rin talaga nagbabayad ng saktong o tamang buwis. So narito ipanoorin nyo ito mga kabanat, manggigigil kayo dito sa mga palusot ni Miss Mago na dating medyo sayang yung babae na ito, medyo bumaliktad kasi. So panoorin nyo.
Thing speaks for itself. Anyway, let me now go to Miss Mago.
Good afternoon po, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon. Miss Mago, what was your first employment and where?
I was employed as a regulatory pharmacist po in a Korean company.
Gaano katagal?
Around 6 to 7 months po, Mr. Chairman.
7 months. And when did you first work?
I think it was around April 2017 po.
From graduation?
After I passed the licensure exam.
Yeah, from graduation.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Did you receive any salary?
Yes, I did po.
Would you tell us kung magkano sinabi mo? If you want to only.
How much I earned from my first job po, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
May I be allowed to keep it private po?
Well, I was just hoping that I could find out so when the next round of salaries come into legislation, the pharmacists could get better money.
I'd like to keep it private po, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. You do like to keep private selectively, right? Namimili ka na sasabihin mo, tapos babawiin mo later. Did you receive income as the regulatory affairs head of Parmali Pharmaceutical?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. Monthly salary.
Well.
Po?
They paid you well, right?
Yes po.
You were happy?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. I am paid.
Enough to do anything that they want you to do?
Under moral
So you
obligations.
always followed your boss, right?
Under moral obligations po, Mr. Chairman.
What did you say? Moral obligation? When you say something, is that moral and then you take it back the next day? Don't preach to me about morality, please. My gloves are off you. I asked you several times, nag-gancho nyo ang gobyerno. Anong term ko doon? Naswindle nyo ang gobyerno, and you said, I believe so, 2 beses. And then a week later, you were in Congress saying, napilit ka, wala naman pumilit sa'yo. Anyway, let's go on. Did you pay taxes in relation to the compensation that you received?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman, because I'm a salaried employee po.
So you were getting withholding taxes, right? They were withholding your taxes, right?
Tama po, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry?
Tama po, Mr. Chairman.
Tama, okay. Did you receive any income as a Corporate Secretary of Business Beyond Limits, OPC?
I haven't received any single peso from Business Beyond Limits, Mr. Chairman.
Eh, anong pakinabang mo doon sa Business Beyond Limits?
I was just asked to perform a few services po for the company.
Services.
For the bidding po, specifically for the bidding, joint venture po ng Pharmaly and Business Beyond Limits.
Did you do anything illegal during that time? Or as you say, immoral?
I don't think so po, Mr. Chairman.
No, I need a definitive answer.
No po.
No, thank you. Do you even have a tax identification number or TIN?
I do have a tax identification number po, Mr.
What is your
Chairman.
TIN number?
Let me check lang po, Mr. Chairman. Or if I may be allowed to email it to Director
No. Check it down. Do not be too clever and a half. I'm tired of that. Napaso na ako sa'yo. You know, the nice thing about telling the truth is you'll always be respected. But if you keep shifting, then you lose the respect. Do you believe in that principle?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
I hope so.
Mr. Chairman, regarding my TIN number po, may I be allowed to consult with my legal counsel?
No, you may not. That is public. You have used that. You know when you file, you put your TIN number. Go ahead. There's nothing secret about that.
Again, Mr. Chairman, please allow me to
No.
consult legal
No. Your days of being respected and you're really trying to do something that I don't think I will allow you to do so. Otherwise, I will now confront you with it. I know your TIN number. So it's useless to lie. Why did you make a point of, may I look for it, sir? And then siguro naalaman mo, may ginawa kang mali. Ngayon, ayaw mo na ibigay. That's my conclusion. I asked you, do you have a TIN number? Yes. You were very emphatic. Do you have it? Yes. Then he said, may I be allowed to look for it? Yes. And then when I asked you about telling the truth, all of a sudden you say, uy, baka naalala ko, I even asked you kung legal or you have anything illegal. O, ayan, nagbabago ka na naman. Under the law, I can ask you. You have a right to consult your lawyer. But remember, there is a law that says when we ask you a question, it's reasonable, you have to answer the question. What was that? Section 150? You want to put it on the board? Are you ready to answer or not? I will. If you don't want to answer, if you consulted your lawyer, that's fine with me.
May I be allowed to share my TIN number in private po, Mr. Chair?
No, because this is a public hearing. It's not that one. Sorry. Any person who shall restrain another or refuses to be sworn or placed under affirmation or to answer any legal inquiry or to produce any books, papers, documents, or records in his possession when required by them to do so in the exercise of their functions. That's punishable. Anyway, go ahead. I'll let you go. Sige. Let's go back to my line of questioning. You have a TIN number. I have your TIN number anyway. You have had occasion to use that TIN number, right?
I'm sorry po, Mr. Chairman. Ano po ulit?
Occasion to put that TIN number when you make transactions, right? With the government?
Yes po, tama po, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, bilis mo sumagot, ha? Alright. There are occasions in the past, and I'll cite it to you, that your TIN number is an invalid TIN number. We have at least 2 official documents from the Bureau of Internal Revenue certifying that your TIN number is invalid. Now, why do you think that happened?
Mr. Chairman, may I be allowed to read on the screen po?
Huh?
May I be allowed to read what's on the screen first po, Mr. Chairman, before answering your question?
I'm asking you a question. What are you worried about?
I'm reading the statement that was posted earlier on the screen, Mr. Chairman. I think it was the response from the BIR.
Okay, read it. I have nothing to hide. I don't lie. I just want to make sure you're telling me the truth. Go ahead and read it. Read it aloud.
It's not posted anymore, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, labas niyo. Read it. Aloud, please.
This refers to your letter dated November 11, 2020.
This is addressed to Director General Rodolfo Noel Kimbo, correct?
Yes, tama po, Mr. Chairman.
Sige, basahin mo yung this refers.
This refers to your letter dated November 11, 2021, requesting for clarification on some details about Kresil Mago, one of the officers or employees of Pharmaly Pharmaceutical Corporation, in relation to our letter dated September 22 of 2021. In that letter, we mentioned that there are no records available under that said name. You have found, however, from the documents obtained from the Securities and Exchange Commission that Ms. Mago's PIN number is 702-911-769-000. Relative hereto, you are requesting for the profile details of the taxpayer using the above-mentioned PIN. In reply, please be informed that upon verification of the Bureau's Integrated Tax System or ITS, Internal Revenue Integrated System or IRIS, and E-Reg system, we reiterate our earlier findings that there are no records available for Kresil Mago. This only shows that said taxpayer is not registered with the BIR. Verification also discloses that TIN 702-911-769-000 is an invalid PIN.
What do you say about that now?
Mr. Chairman, if I remember it correctly po, my TIN was registered by my first job, yung company po, that Korean company, and they were paying my taxes po as a salaried employee. And this is also the tax number, tax identification number that I provided to Pharmaly once I got employed. And I believe that they are paying my taxes po through this TIN number. So, I also don't know why invalid po yung TIN number ko. But please allow me to check po kung what's wrong, kung bakit po invalid yung TIN. As far as I know, mayroon pong mga annual, I'm not aware. I'm not sure of that BIR form na pinaprovide po sa mga employees annually regarding the TIN po na binabayaran.
They use the TIN number to represent formally in their corporate engagements.
Yes po, Mr.
Sabi ngayon ng BIR, walang record na ganyan. That the taxpayer is not registered with the BIR. It also shows that it is an invalid TIN. Why would you do that?
I'm actually clueless din po, Mr. Chairman, but please allow me to check because I was registered by my first company po with the BIR.
No, you already said that, but this is the BIR.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman, but I also have to...
So, are we saying now that ito, sulat niya, sabi ni Kim, sulat niya kay Kimbo, nakapirma si Cesar R. Dulay, Commissioner of Interior and Revenue. In reply, please be informed that upon verification of the BIR stock system, Internal Revenue, we reiterate our earlier findings that there are no records available for Kresil, Grace, Mago. This only shows that said taxpayer is not registered with the BIR. Verification also discloses that TIN 702-911-769-000 is an invalid TIN. Now, this is the BIR, the highest officer of the BIR. And they're saying that you registered an invalid TIN number. Why would you do that in a company that is now under serious investigation for defrauding the government of much money that is supposed to go to the people of this country who are suffering from pandemic?
Mr. Chairman, I have no intention to register an invalid TIN.
I did say that you had any intention.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted that on.
Wala ka talaga nakalagay na tamang TIN.
Opo. So, please allow me to also double check with the company that registered my TIN.
Already double checked. The BIR has already said that.
But from what I remember, Mr. Chairman, and if you will allow me po to submit a copy.
This is information. You can do whatever you want.
Yes po. I will submit a copy of the BIR form that I am provided po by the company, the annual form po, as proof that the company is paying my taxes po.
And the BIR have a checkered record when it comes to telling the truth. Nagbabago ka, dinideny mo yung sinasabi mo, papahiya mo pa kami doon sa lower house because you were in a friendlier scenario, sasabihin mo pa na under pressure ka, and you said, wala naman mapapayag dito na under pressure ka ng panahon na yan. Ngayon, mali na naman yung TIN mo. What do you think we should believe? You cannot forever masquerade as a goody-goody young lady. That's what I believed you before. You did not even bother to check if your employer really registered you with the BIR. That's negligence on your part. So now we're in another wild goose chase because of your negligence, allegedly, or because maybe because you were filing for formally, you were doing this to throw us off the track. Can you blame us?
Hindi po, Mr. Chairman, but I will provide whatever document that was provided for me to me po by the first company and also formally po with regards to the payment of my taxes po.
That is your personal responsibility. Supplying of taxpayer identification number 257. Any person required under the authority of this code to make, render, or file a return, statement, or other document shall be supplied with or assigned a taxpayer's identification number, which shall indicate in such return, statement, or document filed with the Bureau of Return for its proper identification for tax purposes, and which shall indicate in certain documents, such as but not limited to the following, etc., etc. Any person under Section 254 attempt to evade or defeat taxes who willfully attempt in any manner or avoid or evade or defeat any tax imposed under this code, the payment thereof shall, in addition to other penalties, goes on. So the TIN number is a way upon which the BIR can reliably find out whether you are the same person, because the TNA sticks with you all your life. Right?
Yes po, Mr.
You
Chairman.
can see that, right?
Yes po.
So you have to see your way clear with the BIR to find out what the problem is.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
But I am well within my rights to ask you, when we ask the BIR, this is what happened. Especially you belong to a company that was tried, that Mr. Dargani, whom you are very loyal to, tried to run away from the government by using a plane. And even use your company. Did you not have knowledge that he was going to use your company?
Wala po, Mr. Chairman.
Ano pangalan ng kumpanya mo?
It was Business Beyond Limits OPC. It,
Ano ganyan sa application niya? So
the
he's
company,
loyal. Can you provide us at least with the last 3 digits of your TIN?
769 po.
769. Oh. Nakapirma ka dyan. Yan ang number mo, yung lumang number mo. Nakapirma ka. O, ayan, o. 702-911 750 769 0000. Ayan, sa letter mo, nakapirma ka dyan. Very truly yours. Diba?
Tama po, Mr.
So,
Chairman.
hindi mo, bakit nila sasabihin mali yan? Papalindigan mo yan, di ba?
As of the moment, I'm also clueless, Mr. Chairman, but I will check po.
It's a nice word, clueless, isn't it? I hope you're not clueless to know that you're in very serious waters because you have already done certain illegal acts here by lying. You know, initially I was very, very kind to you. Then you did that number on us. I'm not vengeful. I just was terribly crestfallen and disappointed that a Paulinian like you will do that. You're not a credit to St. Paul's. Okay. Do you have a copy of your ITR?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman, I have po.
Did you submit it to the committee?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. Yun po yung sinasabi ko kanina.
Ano yan?
Yun po yung sinasabi ko kanina, Mr. Chairman, that I will submit any document that I have as proof that I paid my
I
taxes.
don't think I remember you saying that. You said you'll have to call. You're asking me permission whether you can do it in private or you can even consult the fact that your lawyer, right? Di ba? Pero
Yes,
ngayon
po.
sinasabi yan ngayon. So submit mo.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. I will submit po.
Okay,
So yan mga kabanat, inyo napakinggan yung mga tanong ni Senador Gordon. Doon napanood nyo rin yung nakaraang hearing. So pinil kong hihimay-himayin kasi yung pinanood natin ay halos sa 5 hours yun. Ito ay bawat pagtatanong. Halimbawa, itong part na ito kay Miss Mago. Nakikita natin yung mga sagot nila na para sa akin medyo sablay talaga mga kabanat. Napakalaking nagtatakipan sila. Parang takot sila mabisto. Sila mismo ay nilalaro nila yung hirap huliin. Dapat dito ikinakasuhan at ikukulong na eh. At dapat yung ikukulong sa non-billable. No? Kasi pera ng taong bayan yung ginago nila eh, o kinamal nila. Kung talagang legit itong kumpanya nila, sana alam nila yan. So, maraming salamat mga kabanat.